Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to this week's Healthy Dose. Now, this might be a bit of a surprise going on video because usually I'm writing out the emails, but in case you haven't noticed, it's taking me longer and longer to write them. The only reason is because I get into this funk about writing, and it's only because writing's never been my strong suit, and I just want to express everything the way that I sound, and I feel like it's coming across in a really weird way. So I decided to do a video instead. Hello. And thank you so much for joining in. So this week is all about tapping into your feminine energy. This is so important, guys. There's been more and more of this masculine energy going around, and this is because of the way that the modern life is right now. We all know a high-paced, 9 to 5, women are working and bossing and being such, girl bosses. Amazing, so good. What we are forgetting about though is our feminine energy. So I thought I would jump outside, get in some sunshine, and share this with you. So feminine energy is a big part of being a woman, and it is super needed to love life, to have pleasure, to have connection. Women, as a priority, it should be pleasure, love, and connection. Now, don't hate me for that. It's nothing against, wanting to be a high-end woman, do what men think and all that. It's nothing to do with that. It's purely based on your biology. Now, women have more estrogen than men. That is just simple biology. What estrogen is our female hormone. That's what makes us who we are. That's what gives us our, voluptuous body, that makes us have our cycle each month. That is what estrogen does. It also taps into our mental health and makes us feel good, makes us feel confident, makes us feel loved, makes us feel sexy. Now, men have more testosterone. Both men and women have both estrogen and testosterone. There's just, in women, testosterone is quite low. Unless there's a dysfunction in the body, then testosterone can go high, and that's when all these issues come about. For men, testosterone is high and estrogen is low. Testosterone gives that drive, that logical thinking, that programming, that motivation to succeed and to problem solve. That is what testosterone does for men. So this is all based around the biology, right? If we keep tapping into our masculine, which is that drive, that motivation, that on the go 24/7, get work done, that sort of thing, we are neglecting our estrogen, and Mother Nature has a funny way of telling you to slow down, telling you to get back into your feminine energy. This could be as simple as being in pain, getting headaches, feeling lethargic, feeling disconnected from your mind body. It could be as simple as not sleeping well. It can be not feeling sexy. It can feeling disconnected from your partner, not wanting sex, so low libido. It can be a range of things. And now I am all for equality. I want men and women to be paid the same, to do the same things, whatever pleases you. But why neglect your feminine side? What does that actually mean to be feminine? And now people might think, oh my God, well, feminine is weak, and it is, it's woo-woo. I heard that the other day, feminine is woo-woo and weak, and I have to speak like this, and oh my God, no, that is not what feminine is. Feminine is purely just being embodied in your own self and loving your own body and living with your true self. Love, connection, pleasure. Really, really important, guys. It also is a really big part of our reproductive health. It can reflect in your cycles as well, not tapping into your feminine self. You just look back at the past week, and can you remember the last thing you did for yourself? Was it today? Was it yesterday? Can you even remember doing anything? Did you light a candle? Did you have a bath? Did you go for a nice walk without any technology? Did you meditate and really meditate? I'm talking about being with yourself, yeah? And no, it's just something to think about. The reason why tapping into feminine energy is really important is because it creates space for you to then have that motivation, that creativity, that drive to get those things accomplished. That's what that estrogen, that feminine side does for us. It allows us to create space to get stuff done. It allows us to feel nurtured. It allows us to love. It allows us to create more space. And you might be thinking, Case, like, I don't have time to create pleasure. Now, let me tell you, if you're wanting to fall pregnant, if you are wanting to have a better sex life, if you're wanting to have better periods, if you're wanting to love yourself and feel love and have more pleasure, you want to make time. You want to make time. I kid you not. Now, it doesn't have to be 5 hours of the day. Oh my goodness, no. We don't have time for that. It is just tapping into your unlimitless energy constantly. And that might sound exhausting, and it's not. It really isn't. It's just finding what works for you. And that could be as simple as, yes, going for a walk out in nature, smelling a rose, smelling a flower, tasting something delicious and really tasting it. You know, lighting a candle, putting your feet in some grass, doing some gardening, holding your loved one, having sex. All these things bring pleasure. And all these aspects in our life help us be more connected with ourselves. And if we neglect that, we are telling Mother Nature that we are not needed. Don't you want to live your life? Don't you want to love your life? Don't you want to love being here on earth? Don't you want Mother Nature to tell you, yes, you deserve to be here. Yes, let's give you a healthy cycle. Yes, let's make you feel good. So tell yourself that you deserve to be here, that you deserve love, that you deserve pleasure, that you deserve connection, because baby, you deserve it. You know, we're here to enjoy our life. And yes, you have other passions and other desires, and that could be very career focused. I'm not saying neglect that. It could be 5 minutes of your day to tap into this unlimitless energy. And that's all it is, you know. For example, I love meditating. And you might think, oh my gosh, Case, no, not meditating. This is silly. You know, I've tried meditation, it doesn't work for me, my mind goes busy, you know, it's crazy, I can't do it. I'm not talking about just sitting in one spot, thinking about not thinking and going with your breath. Hello, that does not work for females. Women, we have hormones. We have a 28-day, roughly, give or take a few days, cycle. Our hormones change every day. We never have the same day twice in our 28-day cycle. So just have a bit of a think about that. We are going to feel different. So yes, that's why it might be harder for women to feel like they can just sit down and think about nothing. And if you have done it and you are doing it, have you ever thought about, well, why do I feel stagnant during? Why do I feel a bit stuck afterwards? Do I feel a bit yuck? Do I feel a bit lost? Because we are taught to just follow our breath, but we're not moving. And as women, we have that movement. We crave that movement within our body, you know? And you could be meditating and just moving that breath within the body. You could be just moving your shoulders. You could be dancing. Dancing is amazing for moving our energy and tapping into our limitless energy. And what I mean by tapping into our limitless energy, because you're probably going to ask me that, is think of a time where you felt on top of the world. You felt like nothing could stop you. Like your energy was unleashed. You were this sexy, vibrant, amazing, confident woman. You know, it could have been going on this amazing hike and being on the edge of the cliff. It could be having this amazing piece of food where you were traveling and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so orgasmic. It could be hearing your favorite song and it gives you goosebumps every time. I'm talking about those senses, the different senses, the taste, the hearing, the sight. Let me think of the other ones. Taste, hear, sight, touch, smell. Those, I got there. So those senses, they are going to invigorate the brain. They're really, really important to release oxytocin in the brain. So by thinking about that moment, and it could have been 5 years ago, it could have been 10 years ago, gosh, I still think about times from my childhood, and I want to tap into that really nurturing, fun, exciting, childlike nature. And it's, for me, it's smelling honeysuckle and jasmine, because that's what the scents were around my house, my childhood home. So it could be simple things like that. And that's what you want to tap into. So when you meditate, or when you go for your walk, or when you prepare your food that you absolutely love, think about it. Think about that moment. Really see if you can absorb it, absorb that feeling. And why, in terms of meditation, why that could be so, so good is because you can tap into that and you can feel that pleasure, that contentment, that unlimitless energy for that whole time. And they say, I do believe that you will benefit more if you meditate for 20 minutes, because it is like a micro, that's like where you can actually tap into more your brain waves then, and then tell your subconscious that that's actually what you feel. 5 minutes is okay, but you'll get jittery in the 5 minutes, you'll get uncomfortable in the 10, and then you'll start to see the magic in the 15. Yeah. So that's why people stop at the 5 and they're like, it's not for me. So I challenge you to put on some really comforting music, some really nice, yummy music, and just sit with yourself. See what comes up. Go with your thoughts. Go with what your body needs to move and shift. Allow your body to move. Allow your body to think. After all, we are different every day. We feel different every day. We think different every day. So what I'm trying to say is this is all tapping into your feminine energy. It's tapping into being a woman, to feeling good, to feeling nurtured, to feeling sexy. And so the things that you can do today is putting your feet in some grass. It's a beautiful sunny day. You can go do it. Doing that for a few minutes, feeling the sensations underneath your feet that are tickling your feet. Another way is dancing. Put on your favorite tune and move your body. Even if you don't feel like it, just do it. You are then moving energy throughout the body. Eat something that you love. Eat it, and really eat it. Really notice the textures. Hold your baby. That's really loving. That's really nurturing. Do smell some flowers, or go buy some flowers. Create that beauty for yourself. Smell a candle, Look at something beautiful, If there's something like a picture that you love, or is it going to, if you're close to a park or something and you love the trees, go have a look. Use all your senses and tap into that energy. It's not hard to do, but sometimes the simple things we forget about, and they're the most important things. So try those things and get creative. Understand what you like to do. Everyone is different. Everyone is so, so different. Not one person is going to like the same thing. I love flowers, candles, and I love meditating and journaling. That's how I tap into it. And I love tarot cards and oracle cards. I'm obsessed right now. But you may not like those things. You might prefer being out in, nature with your feet in the grass and touching the trees, or you might prefer running and, really honing in on that feeling. You might really love dancing, and listening to music. But I really challenge you today or tonight to really tap into those things on a day-to-day basis. The more you do it, the more you're able to come back to it throughout the day and be like, oh, that's the feeling I wanted. That's the feeling I like to feel. And when you keep doing it and tapping into it, you'll notice that if you have a really busy day or stressful day, it's easier for you to check in with those days, like with that feeling, to carry on throughout the day. And this could be forever evolving and adapting depending on what you want and what you like. And that's the exciting thing. And so from this, I am going to do another sort of video, I think, on meditation. and really giving some tips on how to do that and to go with that and to feel pleasure. You know, meditation can be better than a hot fudge sundae. It can be better than sex. Yes, these are the comments I've had. So there is so much power within meditation to feel that pleasure. If you feel emotional during meditation, that is energy moving. That is stagnant energy moving. So go with it, let it come out. It's okay to be vulnerable. That's part of the feminine. Vulnerable, and it's not a bad thing. Vulnerability is beautiful. It's opening up. It's connecting with ourselves. So know that feminine energy is super important in this world. We need more of it. And we need to keep creating it for ourselves. The more we tap into it, the more we feel connected with ourselves, the more we feel love for ourselves and for others. You'll notice you have better sex. You'll notice your periods are regular and they're not as painful, or they're not painful at all. You notice you move better. You notice you're more flexible in your joints. You have less pain. You have less headaches. You have less anxiety. Tapping into your pleasure is what we're here for, and it's not a bad thing. I give you permission to tap into it. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. I really, really love doing this video, and if you have any questions around this, send me a message afterwards, but I am going to do one on meditation. I might do it as an event. And yeah, if you'd love to share this or like it, then go ahead. I'd love for people to know more about tapping into their feminine energy. Thank you so much, beautifuls. I hope you all have a great night.